What is going on, fellas? And welcome back to the Director of Football Journeyman with me, FoggyPlays, on FM21. Today we're taking on the mighty IFK Gothenburg in the Euro Cup 2 Conference League thing. We've already qualified for our second, or for the second knockout round. So we skip the first knockout round, which is delightful. We did have a little bit of a close call in our last game against Mold, but it's fine. We're going to show you the group stage if we can. Yeah, so as you can see, unbeaten, goal difference plus 18, which is delightful. But the groups have been a little bit unexpected, I'd say. Like Querbag ahead of St. Gallen at the minute. The fact that an Icelandic team have qualified ahead of Slavia Prague and Malmo is not something I expected. Ferencváros finishing third in their group, kind of expect that, to be fair, up against Lokomotiv Moscow and Falimicao, or Famalicão. I feel like I'm saying that wrong. In my head, I know what that word is. Just can't say it out loud. Rangers and Sporting go through their group, to be expected. AGF and Bangor getting absolutely banged about the place. Bada bum. Arsenal unbeaten in their group. Torino, to be fair, kind of expect that result as well. The fact that Slaven Blupo, Rio Ave and Bromby could still all qualify. Unfortunately, poor Zealand, his Bate Borisov team, getting battered. They're at bottom of their group with just a single draw against Rio Ave. So that group has something to actually play for. AZ have already qualified, but there's three-way tie. Well, not three-way tie, but the results in that group could go any which way, because Varsakla, Aberdeen and Ludogorets can all still qualify from that group. That's a tight group. Our group then is Gothenburg, for already qualified, because I think they beat Olympia 3-0 and lost 1-0. So yeah, they're guaranteed. They're going to already. But we have nothing really to play for. I just kind of want to show you how we've been getting on since you were here last in the Wolfsburg game. We went and played Augsburg, beat them 2-0. Belakopcha and Benkovic both scoring from corners, I think it was. Our corner routine is... Muller picked up an injury in that game. He's not played since. He's been out for quite a while. We then went and beat Mold 2-1, as I said. We had a bit of a squeaky bum time. We didn't equalise until the 88th minute. And then we scored again in the 90th. It was very, very tight. Slightly scary. Against Borussia Mönchengladbach, it was just a shocking game, to be fair. We weren't great. Belakopcha got sent off in the 90th minute, and we just kind of went mental. I had one centre-back. I basically had one player defending, really. Kasper Dahlberg was just smashing it the first half. Hertha, who've had a terrible start to the season, we smashed, but to be fair, we really did outplay them 3-0. And then we just beat Borussia Dortmund 2-1. Illing and Mutombo both scoring goals. Jude Bellingham got the consolation for them late on in the 71st minute. We're coming up on January, and we've had a signing of Fraser Sharp on a pre-contract, which I forgot that you can actually do pre-contracts from Scotland. So when he came up saying that we'd offered him a contract, like we tried to sign him, I was like, oh, it's grand, whatever, just kind of ignoring it. And then he came up saying he was joining us on the 1st of July. I was like, excuse me? We're not getting him in until the 1st of July. And then I realised that his contract ran out in May. Yeah, the end of May. So he's going to be playing for Kilmarnock, not getting paid. Probably sad for him. But we have also agreed Maximilian Bayer is off to Stuttgart. So that is one less player for us to worry about. To be fair, he's been dropped to our under 19s, I think it is. I think I demoted him, and I just kind of wanted him gone, really. I had no interest in playing him. So Costa has been complaining about not getting enough first team football of late. He's going in for today's game. Herrera and Martinez are going to play as our wing backs. Belakopcha and Benkovic as our central defence, with Kulikov and Palacios playing in central midfield. Finbar has just been a little bit off form recently, so Palacios starts today. Hopefully that'll draw up interest from Porto now. Bracalo is he's got interest in Porto, so Porto might buy our two want-away players. But we've got Buendia and Illing as our wide men. Amiri with Mutombo just ahead of him. We're going into this game Buendia is still recovering from his most recent injury, the injury that kept him out from the start of the season. Still not fully fit, so we're going to see how he gets on. Joel Asaro starting up front for Gothenburg. I had a quick look at him at the start before this game kicked off, because he came up as their key player. He's not very good. Not very good at all. He came through the Sunderland Academy. Okay, well, he came through Brahmapolkarna Academy. Sunderland bought him. Played him 25 times. He scored 3 goals. Swansea bought him for 1.8 million. And he played 15 times for them without scoring. This is like his first actual season as a footballer, when you think about it. It's the first time he's ever scored more than 8 goals in a season. He's even been at Genoa and he's done nothing. So, not ideal for him, but we're 1 up already. Bellacaccia with the goal from the corner. If you want, I can put this corner routine on the Steam Workshop, because it does seem to do really rather well. We've scored many set piece goals. It's quite nice to watch, because I'm just sitting here and my team is doing exactly what I'd like. Second hour was like, that's Azario scoring the goal that I expected him to score, because I did shit talk him ever so slightly. Be like, hey, he's not good enough to play football. This is his first time being an actual footballer. Would have been unsurprising if he had actually gone and scored there. But we've hoofed the ball and it's not really come to anything. Gothenburg have the ball with their keeper, but we've picked it up fairly easily from the goal kick. Kulikov runs forward, gives it through to Illing, out to Martinez, to Palacios, to Illing, dinks it across, and Amiri heads just over. It's not really worked out there for them. We're going to give the lads a bit of praise because we're doing well. Buendia gets it to Mutombo just as we hit the praise button. Mutombo scores from a free kick. Not the player you'd expect, not the player I'd expect to score from a free kick, because it is generally our centre backs. But I think it just was overhit ever so slightly. Thankfully, Mutombo on the back post was there to just slot it past the goalkeeper. And we are now 2 up. Again, don't have a whole lot to worry about. Olympia and Mold look like they're drawing in their game as well, and I don't think anyone else has kicked off yet. Benkovic almost wins the header. Unfortunately, their keeper does just get a hold of it before him. And Gothenburg play it forward, but there's nobody there to actually get the ball. Illing loses out in a battle in the air, but we've come away with the ball. Amiri gets it out to Buendia. Buendia has Herrera behind him. Doesn't have to use him because it's been kicked back to him. Herrera whips it across, and Sam Illing scores his 17th of the season. Sam Illing, regardless of what side we play him on, he just scores goals. Most of his goals have come from the right side. He's been playing on the left a little bit recently since Bercalo's been a bit bad. We've been getting an awful lot of questions in the media about, is he playing for the team or is he just playing because he has to? And since those questions started, he's really dropped off form, so we've just dropped him. It's quite simple. Just, players not playing well, just drop him. But start of the second half, we haven't made any changes at half time. Diego Costa smothers the ball there from a fairly decent free kick by Gothenburg, to be fair. Mutombo's through. Mutombo is offside. I was like, maybe this is the game Mutombo turns into an actual striker, but he's offside. Yeah, clear offside, no goal. Okay, well, it didn't look that clear to me. So, but Gothenburg have a free kick from fairly close to the centre circle, so he was really offside. Why they didn't call it back sooner is beyond me. Azaro, there you go. Azaro, I did say he was going to score one because we shit talked him. Of course he was going to score a goal, because that's how FM works. You talk about a player and they score. Don't watch it again because it was terrible defending. He's playing as a false 9. Buendia, Bellacaccia hits the crossbar this time. I think this is the second goal we've conceded in the group stage of the Europa Conference League. Don't really like conceding goals in this competition. And the throw wasn't great. Buendia couldn't quite get there before the keeper, and our players are just huddled in a very small area by their the edge of their box. Mutombo's through from Palacios. Their keeper manages to get a touch to it, and Bergstrom boots it clear. Gothenburg live to see another day. Keeper again. Nobody attacked that one. Maybe I've given my players a false sense of security at halftime. Kulikov is back to tidy up the loose ball from Gothenburg. Amiri playing very deep for a shadow striker. Buendia tries to find Herrera, but he's a bit lazy getting there. Kulikov tackles and wins the ball back. Amiri, from a distance, gotta hand it to him. From a distance out, did take a shot. I'm going to give the lads a bit of encouragement. I know I was going to say they're going to get frustrated and annoyed, but they're not playing well enough for what I want. Players aren't overly impressed. I might take Amiri off, bring on Thilman, and just go to the two up front. I don't want Illing as a support. I want Illing as an attack inside forward. So everyone on the bench I want to bring on. I'm going to bring Finbar on for Palacios. And just play him as the advanced playmaker in this one. That is the change we make when we go 4-2-4. We're an advanced playmaker rather than a deep lying. Even though the deep lying does do an awful lot, it is nice to have an advanced playmaker with a box. No. Mazzella. And final change. Kulikov's not having the best of games, but I would take off Benkovic, bring on Tapsoba, because he's deserving of first of football today, because he was ready to play on Mutombo with another goal. Tapsoba could have played 75 minutes. I didn't want to risk him, but I'll bring him on for the final 10. Just stretch his legs. We've already won this game. 4-1 up. Gothenburg already qualified. They didn't need to worry. And by the looks of it, Olympia and Mold are just going to play a draw. Unless they actually haven't kicked off yet. But I don't know why. But imagine they did. I'm assuming nobody else kicked off at the same time as us. We were the early kickoff. I think we are, because it's 5:45. So we must have been an early kickoff. No. Everyone else has played. No, not everyone. Some of the groups have played. But yeah, Mold and Olympia drew 0-0 at the end of it. So we skipped the next round of the Euro Conference 2 league thing. I don't know the name of it. Keep forgetting what the actual correct name is, because it's Euro Cup 2 here, but I think it's Europa Conference League in real life. Not 100% sure. Not a competition I want to be playing in very often. But we are going to come back in the next episode to play Bayern Munich and go through the transfers that we'll have done. As you can see, we're sitting 7th in the league, a solid 4 points behind Hoffenheim at pretty much the halfway point of the season. The next game against Stuttgart is the halfway point before we go into January and we deal with no money. Yeah, we've pretty much no money. Balance of 11 million in debt. How have we lost so much money? I know the money for the Bundesliga, you do get a lot. Because I spent a lot of time managing in the Bundesliga, because I'm a Hertha fan. I do Hertha Save every year. The Hertha Save hasn't happened yet, but it will. But as you can see, if you win the league, you get 113 million. So like, if you say finish top 4 every year, it just snowballs. It turns into ridiculous amounts of money going into your bank account every single season. So yeah, that's what we're going to do in the next episode. It is going to be, what am I doing? I'm just pressing all the wrong buttons. It's going to be a game against Bayern Munich. Okay, we can go on to this one now. It's going to be a game against Bayern Munich and a roundup of the transfers that we'll have done in January. It's not a huge amount of games away, but it is the January transfer window. Potentially has a lot of business to be done. We do have a number of players that have interest in them. Herrera, Palacios probably going to want to leave because he is, requested to leave. Amiri, I think Tapsoba has interest in him. He does. Bracalo, Gonzalez wants to leave. Brittweiler has interest from Porto as well. Yeah, interesting. He's the one that signed a new contract at the end of the summer, but he has a £4.8 million release clause for clubs in the Champions League. Are Porto in the Champions League? They are, but are they still in the Champions? They are. Okay, so they smashed their group. Angers finished third. Ah well, you know, that's how it goes. So, all that being said, if you've enjoyed this episode, please, I was going to say Braga, wouldn't play Braga. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share with all your friends, and I will see you in the next one.